This is my second video on Ghosts and Goblins. This is your tips and tricks and glitches. So this is not a full playthrough. I'm going to be stopping at various points in the game to show you how you can get through certain parts, get extra points and make use of some of the glitches. For a full playthrough, have a look at my previous video, which I'll put a link to right here. Okay, so let me put the game on. So this is going to be played on World Version 1, which is the UK and Europe version that would have been played in the arcades. Very much the same as the American version. The only differences are very, very minimal, and it's just a couple of enemy patterns. And I say it is very, very minimal. Pretty much the same game. So I'll put my credit in. You'll see my high score up there. That was reaching the 4th loop of the game. So the first tip then is right at the start of the game. It's one that many know about, and it's a little bit dangerous. But as it's at the start, doesn't matter if you lose your lives, you can just start again. So all you're going to do is shoot the gravestones. I say it's tricky because you've got enemies coming at you. The zombies are there, and the demon's going to pop out. Shoot the demon, get yourself 2,000 points, and as you see, I've been hit already. And again, you can do this on any of the gravestones as much as you like. However, obviously be conscious of time. And there we go. So that was an extra 4,000 points that I've got there. Okay, so we're at the next point in the game. This is where a lot of people fail because you've got the red armor that's going to come in over on the right hand side. So because the red armor is such a nasty enemy, people come straight in, all guns blazing. The armor jumps up and then he swoops down on you and you are toast. So the trick for the armor is to simply walk up to him, then fire at him, and he won't have a chance to do anything because you'll get him straight out. Now the first one in the game, which is this one, you get a nice little clue, a money bag on the floor. That is where you want to reach before you actually start firing. So collect the money bag, then fire at the armor, and you should be able to take him straight out. Now I'm already in my underwear, which is good, because that also gives me a chance to show you the next tip, which is at the same point. So here we go. Money bag, remember. Money bag, now fire. And he's gone. So we can use our little gravestones again. Get the demon. Fire at the demon. There's another 2,000 points. Get away from him. So if we jump by this cross, you'll get your armour back. So if you are in your underpants at this point, you can get your armour back really easily. So we carry on. Okay, so here comes the next tip. Now this is a point where you can just literally get yourself 10,000 points. Really easy. Well, when I say really easy, you've got to watch out for these woody pigs that are going to be flying around the screen. All you need to do is jump when you reach around this point at this tree. If it doesn't appear first time round, you can come back and do it again, but just beware of the woody pigs that are going to be hovering around. So here we go. Jump. And there it is, 10,000 points right there. Okay, so we'll pause it again because we're now coming on to the boss of the first level. He's going to be over on the right hand side. And again, people going all guns blazing and it fails because the minute you fire, he's going to jump. So the trick is to fire, make him jump, and then only fire when he's falling back down. You don't want to fire whilst he's jumping because you're going to miss him. So fire when he's falling back down. Now, if he starts jumping towards you, you simply move back the other way, turn and fire at him, and you should find that you can actually do him quite easily by doing it this way. So here we go. Make him jump. Fire, 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 fire. He's jumped towards me. He's going to fire now. Oh, and he's toast anyway. That's how easy he can be. So on to stage 2. I'm not going to show much of this first section because this is really a case of find your own way through. A lot of people jump straight to the top here. I'm going to collect the points. But yeah, find your own route through this. Just be careful of these blue things that are hovering around. Make sure you take them out. Don't leave them flying around. And beware of this platform that drops. Okay. Now the bit that I watch everyone fail on, and it's the purple goblins. You don't need to jump them, you've got to drop down, you've got to lower, fire. Lower and fire, lower and fire. And you should be able to take them out quite easily. So stage 2 trolls, you've got to wait for this one to go over your head. If he turns around, you can turn them. As you saw, I just turned in there, and I'll come more onto that later on. But it can sometimes be a bit of a pain in the rear, this one. Wait for him to stop moving, then go. If he's walking and you go up or down the ladder, they will immediately turn on you and fire. So you've got to wait for him to stop moving. On this part of the level, fire this goblin through the wall, and it will take him out of the way. Now you haven't got a lot of time on this level, so it is a case of get rid of these as quickly as you can. You don't need to go all the way up to the top. I would on a normal game to get more points, but you just don't need to do it. So again, you've now got to wait for this troll to get out of the way. Wait for him to stop walking. Wait for him to stop walking. Now go down the ladder. So we're now coming onto the platforms. Now, on the platforms, you want to drop between platforms. I really didn't want to do that. That's because I was actually concentrating on talking to everyone on the camera rather than playing the actual game. So platforms, diagonal jump onto the platforms but drop between them. So drop between them or diagonal jump to get off. There we go, diagonal jump on, drop off. If you try and diagonal jump between platforms, the likelihood is you're going to actually fall off the edge. Now we are running out of time because this level has a very strict time limit. So we're now coming on to the boss, which is 2 of the bosses that we saw on stage 1. Now you don't want to release both of them at the same time. Be really difficult to actually fight them. So what you need to do is edge the way onto the screen so that the first one appears, shoot at him, he'll jump over you and end up on your left hand side. Now it is tricky because you've got to get close to him. Exactly the same concept, only fire at him as he's dropping down, don't fire when he's jumping. Once you've taken him out, the second boss should be as easy as doing the first stage boss itself because it's just the one that's left. But, so it is a little bit tricky just getting the first one without waking the second one. So here we go, wake him up, let him jump, fire at him, fire at him, fire at him, fire at him, he's gone. Second one is now the same as stage 1 boss. Don't worry about time running out now because I've got enough time to get him. There we go, he's gone. So moving on to stage 3. For stage 3, we're going to look at my score. We've got 54,200. Now you can actually get more than 70,000 points before you reach the checkpoint of stage 3. Now it's a little bit controversial because it does mean that you can keep looping stage 3, don't go any further in the game and get a ridiculously high score. Which is why when you go for a world record, it has to be set so that you only get a free life at 80,000 points and no more after that. So you can still use this trick, but you've got to move on into the game. So here we go, 54,200 to start. I'm not even going to go up to the top because you don't need to. Just be aware of where the zombies spawn so you can take them out first. Take out the ice palace. The next couple of zombies will spawn here. Take another one out here. Hopefully we'll get the knife. There it is. Take out the ice palace. Now that we've taken out the ice palace, there's a zombie about to appear below me here. Now, where these 2 stalactites are, You go between them, just move backwards and forwards in between them, and the zombies, instead of spawning from the ground, will spawn from either side of the screen. Now that means you can just stay there, keep shooting the zombies, and you will score a ridiculous amount of points. Getting a free life every 70,000 points means you can get that, die before the end of the checkpoint, restart stage 3, just keep repeating it over and over again, which is why I say it's controversial. If you're going to get a high score that way, to me, it's not worth anything, because all you're doing is reaching stage 3, no further. What you want to do, yes, use the point pushing, but carry on in the game. So here we go, and I've got to get out of the way of this zombie. So here we go. As you'll see, all the zombies start appearing from either side of the screen, and I can just keep doing this and score a ridiculous amount of points. So we're going to skip the video through so you don't have to sit there and watch this for over a minute, and we'll come back in a minute. Okay, so we're back again, and as you can see my score now, look how many points I've scored since the start of the level, and I'm still going. If I let time run out and just die, I'll have got a free life, start the level again, keep doing it over and over. Which is why I say it's controversial, and don't do it. You've got to achieve somewhere by getting somewhere into the game. So I'm going to move on. Armor coming up. Take him out. Now again, from here you can actually go back and carry on doing it again. But now that I've reached the second half of this stage, you wouldn't want to die now, you want to carry on. So you can only do this for a short while before you need to move on to complete the stage. As you can see, you can score a ridiculous amount of points. I started the level on 54,000 points, and I've nearly got 100,000, having reached only the checkpoint. So you've got to beware of all these woody pigs. Make sure you take them out before you carry on. Don't try and carry on until you've taken out the woody pigs, because you will get caught out. So now we've got another armor coming up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight up, shoot him straight away, and he should die. However, if he doesn't die, all you need to do is come running all the way back down here until you see a woody pig appear. Once one of those woody pigs has appeared, get it out of the way, and then the armor will have disappeared. So there's the armor. Take him out. Now I'm going to deliberately lose my armour. In fact, no, I'm not. If you've lost your armour at this point, all you've got to do is jump between these two and your armour will drop down and you can pick it up again. So again, if you're in your underpants at this point, jump between this point and you will get your armour back. Armour coming up, turn, fight, and away he goes. There is a way of avoiding him. I think I showed it in my playthrough video. Now, I want to actually end up in my underwear. So let's just do this. There we go, right. Now that I'm in my underwear, hopefully I'm not about to die from another goblin. Because again, if you're in your underwear at this point, it's very tricky, but there's a way of getting your armour back. Now, there's an armor right down here. You need to land on the platform right behind the armor, drop to the next level below, and you have to jump from that level, and you'll get your armor back. But it is incredibly tricky, and I might be about to die now because there is another goblin coming at me, so we'll see what we can do. And yeah, there we go, the goblin came at me. So let's go back, do it again. So here we go. Once the woody pig has appeared, it's now safe to go back up, and the armor will have magically disappeared, but don't forget some woody pigs will appear, so don't go running too quickly. Take them out first. Right, so I'm going to deliberately lose my armour again. I don't want the shield just yet. Right, so I've lost my armour. So now we'll try doing this straight off. Right, so here we go. Jump from this ledge, hopefully land by the armour. There, jump, and there comes the armour. It is incredibly difficult to do it. Now, if you do manage to get to this point, again, if you drop down to this ledge, another one of those 10,000 points will drop from a pot. So it's another way of getting a few extra points. So into the ledge, and there it goes. Right, so coming on to the boss. Now this boss is really dodgy. It's a dragon. It's a serpent really. So it's got lots of. It's the head you're interested in. The head you have to hit about 6 times. Now he will go all over the place, up and down. Generally he targets you. So the trick to this, and it isn't easy to do, is to actually jump, and then hopefully the dragon will follow you where you were in the air. So by the time you've dropped down, he's already making his way up and you can escape underneath him. But again, it is really tricky. Does take quite a bit of practice. I do screw it up myself. Jump. Go for the head. Jump up. And he follows where you go. And he's toast. Right, so moving on to stage 4. In the first half of this stage, you get absolutely no points whatsoever. Now, I'm going to pause the game because the whole point of this now is to get to the top. The only way to get across is to get to the top. So what we do is get onto this platform first of all, and you're safe to stand up because this one won't hit you. But the others, as they come by, they will hit you and knock you off. So you do have to be really careful. Now, to get from this platform to this platform, you need to push up on the joystick and then jump. It's the only one that you need to do it on, so you've got to push up on the joystick, then jump. And for all the other ones, you can diagonally jump until you're on the top. So I'll stop the game when we get back to the top because there's one more tricky jump to do after that. So we jump onto this platform, we can hang here for a moment, and then we get ready to jump up. So push up, jump, then diagonal jump, diagonal jump. So now that we're at the top, as we come across here, it's one tricky jump left, and all we're waiting on is a platform to appear here. Now, as this platform goes across, it will come back. Now, as it comes back, you should see a platform appear here. If it does, you can safely jump to that platform immediately. Don't hang about. However, on the odd occasion, and it's quite a rare occasion, the platform here does not appear. If it does not appear, you need to come back here, fall off the edge, back to the beginning, start it again, and then that platform should appear. So if you just watch out for it here, hopefully a platform is going to appear as I approach the edge. There it is, so we're safe. So here we go, jump. You'll get carried onto this platform automatically. Now it's diagonal jumps all the way back to the top. From this one, you can just drop off onto the ledge. So as it goes back, just drop off Ready for your final platform, to the armor. Turn and fire at him, and he's gone. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it again from here. Okay, so on this version and the US version, this game is not very generous at giving out the shield. Now, you need the shield to get past stage 6. Any weapon gets you past all the stages up to stage 6. But if you use anything other than a shield on stage 6, it will send you back to stage 5, and you'll just keep looping through those 2 stages until you've got the shield. But I found it doesn't actually often give you the shield on stage 5 and 6. Yes, it does, but it does give it you, but it's very rare. So what we can do here is we can point press. By stepping to this point here, we'll raise the little blue goblins up at this point. It's a respawn point. Now, if you keep doing that, eventually they'll give off the shield. Even if it means you get the fire, you get the axe, 2 horrible weapons, just keep doing it and eventually they will give you the shield, plus you're getting a load of points at the same time. So here we go. You've got to be careful though. So just keep respawning. Again, because I'm demonstrating this, I'm bound to do it wrong. So I've got a 10,000 point there. Great. So don't worry about what weapon pops out. There you go. So that's now the lance. Just keep doing it until eventually the shield will appear. Now, if you start to run out of time, the checkpoint is literally a few feet away. So you can just pass that, reset time, and keep doing it until the shield appears. Of course, you do have to collect these things first, otherwise it won't happen. So collecting any weapon that appears, doesn't matter what it is. And there we go, there's our shield. Now, unlike version 2, if you've watched the game, you can actually, it's a little bit easier on the fire. It's a little bit more lenient, should I say. So we're going to take out the armor now. Exactly the same concept, fire at him, and then we're going to pause the game again. Because there is now a glitch in the game. So on stage 4, there is a glitch that enables you to pass the stage 4 boss without having to fight him. Now, the stage 4 boss is exactly the same as the stage 3 boss. It's the dragon serpent thing. So he is a bit dodgy. So with the glitch, what you need to do is reach the point that the music changes to the boss music, run back to the left, and boss will be avoided. Now, as a key, it's right here. So you don't even need the music. You know it's right at this point. Run back the other way, and you'll avoid stage 4 boss using the glitch. There we go. There's the change of music. Run back this way. Take a key for coming in. You've just passed stage 4. Right, so we're going to keep playing through for stage 5 now because lots going on this, and this is one where you can guide the trolls from above. Be careful of these skeleton heads, they will pop up. But this is a hard stage to master. Very hard, and you want to escape it intact, because if you're in your underpants, trying to beat Satan in your underpants is a very hard task. So always wait here for the little blue demon to appear. Now come to the armor, exactly the same thing. Wait, let him charge, then fire. Nice and easy. So here we're about to go up the ladder and there will be a troll turning round. So I don't know if you can see what I did there. You might want to slow-mo the video. Go underneath him, he'll turn around. There's another one of those things that takes a little bit of practice. You can only do it from underneath, doesn't work from above. You can take this bit steady. Now when you're doing the trolls with the shield, make sure you're kneeling down, because they fire low. So if they fire low, your shield won't protect you. The shield is a horrible weapon, but it does protect you from the enemy projectiles. Providing you hit them, of course. Right, so we're now going to approach Satan. Right, let's pause the game because we're now going to get to Satan. So Satan's at the top. Now again, I don't have any tips really for Satan. He is a struggle to get past because he does require 8 hits on this version. The only thing I can say is very much like the serpent, you need to jump up at the right time. And if you jump up at the right time, he will charge at you shortly afterwards at the height that you were, because you'll have dropped down at that point and he should go over your head. The problem is, if he's that high up, you can't hit him. He tends to stay that high and it's really hard to get him down low again. So if anyone's got any tips for Satan for me, because you'll probably see me mess this up now, because sometimes I get through him straight away, other times it's pot luck, and other times he just takes me straight out. So let's meet Satan. So first of all, I go up and draw him towards me, but he's staying away. So jump, right, and he's jumping over me. Right, now he's going up, which makes this difficult. I don't know where he is. Right, here he is. Now I'm in my underwear. Oh, there we go. Well, let's skip straight through to that point again. This time I've got full armour, so we've got a little bit of a chance. And he's a goner. Right, so reaching stage 6. If you watched my previous video of the playthrough of the game, on version 2 you'll have seen that there's only one troll on the level on the platform above. As you'll now see, there are 2 of them. But you can use a glitch in the game. So set them off, get them going, then come back down the ladder to around this point. Then when they're above you, press the fire button, but you've got to be facing to the left, and you'll notice that they've actually now jumped off the screen. When we come back up, there they are. Now they're on a funny level, which means draw them to this side, and you can actually now get past them without losing your armour. Hey presto! It can sometimes work out a little wrong, but hey, we got there. Right, so onto the dragon serpent, and this is slightly different to version 2 in the US version. I'm more used to this one. But of course we've got 2 Satans to deal with at the top, which require 8 hits each. And of course if they're cloaked, it doesn't count as a hit. So they've got to be uncloaked. Again, you don't have to worry about the armor down below there, just ignore him and he will not wake up. Just take care of taking out all these trolls, and then we've got 2 Aramas coming up. Again, these 2 are tricky, so I don't really have any tips I can describe for these 2. Just watch what I do and it might help. There's one. For the second one, I have found a certain point where you kneel and you should be able to take him out each time, most of the time. Here, start firing, take him out. Right, so we've got 1 minute and 15 seconds with which to defeat 2 Satans in our armour, but it's tricky. Again, you don't want to wake them both. So I probably won't get past these because I'm trying to make a video, talk at the same time and demonstrate it. But we're trying to bring him down. And he's not coming down. He's down now. But he's taken me, so. And he's got me. So let's just show you this trick once more. Wake the two of them up. Make sure you're pointing to the left and fire when they're just over your head. Now you should have a safe path past them. Okay, so we're back at the two Satans again. So there's one gone. Will I get the second one? Probably unlikely, but it's possible. Oh, look at that, I've got the second one just as I got the key. But that just gives you some idea on how you can get past the Satans. It is so much harder to play this game off to the side. I really can't control everything properly, but it just goes to show that it is all possible, and hopefully a lot of those tips have actually helped with your gameplay. And again, if anyone has any questions, post something in the comments. But of course, if anyone's got any tips for me, especially for the Satans, post it in the comments and let me know. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching.